Hi guys. I haven't made a vlog in a while because my mother-in-law was here visiting and I needed some time to like decompress from all that. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I just realized that's like my bathroom doorknob. Anyways, real life. But I didn't really think through this video or anything. I'm just sitting down to vlog because I haven't done it in over a week. Um, Vlogging is different, putting myself out there and putting myself on camera and trying not to judge the way I look or the way I behave, or it's an opportunity to be more myself, and that makes me feel uncomfortable. But kind of like how I said in the very first video that I made for this channel, this is almost therapeutic to me. It's different than my ASMR channel. It gives me a chance to really just be myself. But my visit with my mother-in-law brought up all kinds of emotions for me. Um, I had a history with her that was what I thought was good for 13 years, and then damage was done that can't be undone. And the closer it got to her visiting, the more I realized that things were said to me and against me that are unforgivable. And I kind of did have a breakdown moment before they actually got here. It's I feel like I'm in a good place in my life where there's no outside factors to distract me, which means what she did, I have the emotional bandwidth for it now. I can feel it all. And in my head I was like, oh, I forgive her. And now I'm realizing no, I don't. like and so I'm kind of is that okay? Am I wrong for that? And trying to come to grips with that while also having someone visit with their husband and interact with my kids and stuff. And then, there was a few things that my husband and I didn't like very much. I obviously won't go into all the details because it's their personal lives, and she already found my ASMR channel very unexpectedly, so she might find this channel one day. It's my channel, it's my business, I should be allowed to do what I want, but I still feel it a little bit a stifled, I can't voice everything. I mean, what would you do if you were me and your mother-in-law could find your vlog channel? Would you spill all the tea, or would you be kind of cryptic like I'm being right now? I'm trying to be respectful but still say how I feel, because it's a big part of my life and a big part of what has happened with me for the past week. And this is my vlog. A vlog is your daily, everyday activities, and her visit and what it did to me was a big part of my past week. But I also feel someone's covering my mouth, don't say all your feelings because she can find it. And will that make my life more difficult? I don't know. But I will say this, in my opinion and my husband's opinion, there's favoritism towards my daughter who's older over my son, and we asked for that not to happen, and it kind of does still feel like that happened a little bit. There were efforts made for that to not happen, but it always happens, and it still did happen. The very first night that they were here, my mother-in-law whispered. She thought I didn't hear her, but I totally did. She waited until my husband and my son got up from the table at a pizza restaurant to go play video games at a little arcade that was at the pizza restaurant. And then she whispered in my daughter's ear, which was not a whisper at all because I totally heard her. She said, like, don't tell anybody else, but you're my favorite person in the whole entire world. You're my favorite. And it was one of those situations where, like, in my head, I was like, did I hear what I thought I heard? So later on, I asked Zoe, my daughter, I was like, did I hear that right? And she was like, yeah. I don't understand why it had to be a secret though, but yeah, you heard her right. And I told my daughter, I was like, it was a secret because it was wrong. It was a secret because your grandparent was trying to be cute or maybe funny, but it was wrong. That's why your grandparent waited until daddy and your brother were no longer at the table. So, and that's kind of like how the trip like started. So, I don't know. It's a situation where both of my kids got spoiled, which is fine, but because we haven't seen them in like a year and a half, but I would say my daughter got spoiled more. Like if you look at like literally like how much was spent on my daughter, like money wise compared to how much was spent on my son, more money was spent on my daughter. Um, she knows it, I know it, my husband knows it. It's just much more interest is taken by them with my daughter, and I don't know if it's because my mother-in-law didn't have girls. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And she likes to call her like my girl, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Me, I'm the mom. That is literally my girl, my daughter. Um, so it's kind of hard. Like I said before, like things have been said about me as a mother and as a wife. There's been insinuations that I treat my daughter poorly, and I have been compared to my own mother in a negative way because my mom is a narcissist. I don't have a relationship with her. There's been insinuations that I wear the pants in the family and that my husband will just like go along with whatever I say to keep the peace. Um, I've been called evil and cruel. Um, yeah, like there's a list. So if I feel touchy when it comes to my home, my children, my husband, my environment, and and all that, it's for good reason, you know? And the fact that like it makes me emotional is for good reason. And the visit is over now, and we get to enjoy Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas just as our like little family of four plus my dog, because now we have a dog for the holidays. um but you know, it's hard for me. Like I felt like it got to the point in the days leading up to them coming where I was like, you know, like washing every like fingerprint off of like the doors and making sure there wasn't like a speck of dust anywhere, and trying to pick up every little piece of dog hair when my dog is part Labrador Retriever and they shed all year round a lot. So it's like impossible. But but it was her first time visiting, combined with all of my feelings about the past, that I felt like I had to dot every I, cross every T. My kids couldn't have hair out of place. In my head, all I kept thinking was, don't give this person ammunition to judge you because they will. Don't give this person anything to hold against you at a later date because they can. Um, the only term that comes to mind is wolf in sheep's clothing, and that's kind of how it feels. And I told my husband, and I was crying. Like literally the day that they came, before they came, I admitted to my husband, like, I don't forgive. I just thought I did. And now that I'm like clear-headed and in a good place in my life and feeling good, and I have like space in my brain to actually work through what happened almost 4 years ago, and all the things that were said about me, I realize now that it's unforgivable. It's actually an unforgivable act, and I didn't realize that was unforgivable, and it's really difficult for me. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't have resentment even to this day, because it's crazy to be hurt like really, really bad by someone, and then that person gets to stay. They get to stay in your life. They get to stay in your inner circle. They get to interact with your children, which is what they were judging you about in part. And that person stays in your inner circle, and you have to make yourself okay with it, because we don't have a lot of family in the first place, like extended family in the first place. So it's almost like I don't have the right to be like too picky. I don't have the right to like put my foot down or be anything like in defense of myself. It's like I have to make myself small internally about this thing, and I hate that, because in every other aspect of my life I don't make myself small. Like, I am a good person, I'm a smart person, I'm an educated person, I'm a kind person, I'm a good mom, I'm a good wife, and I deserve to be heard. We all do. No one should be in your life that makes you feel small. And I have someone in my life that made me feel small, and I don't have the power to make the person that made me feel small in my life not be in my life. I have to like bite the bullet for my family. And it's funny because my husband and I were basically accused of him going along with whatever I say to keep the peace, and it's actually the opposite. I'm going along with his desires and trying to give my children like family in their life, and I'm the one that's actually behaving in a way that is keeping the peace no matter how I'm feeling internally. So I'm patting myself on the back for that today. And you should pat yourself on the back too if you are doing something for the benefit of another person, even if it makes you feel kind of yucky. There's something that you do for your children or for your husband, maybe for your boss, that doesn't leave you feeling the best, but you know that you're being helpful towards another person. And if no one's giving you credit for that, give yourself some credit today. This is me saying do it. Give yourself that pat on the back or that hug, because you have the right to be proud of yourself for tolerating things that you didn't think you could tolerate. And I don't think it shows that I'm weak. I think it shows that I'm strong, because you can stand in your convictions and still do right by another person. My dog is totally crying. Can you hear her? It's because it's time for her to eat. She's like, I want lunch, because she's a puppy, so she still eats 3 times a day. So her second feeding of the day, she's like, TikTok, it's time. So anyways, I just wanted to say I'm here. I gotta edit and post a video on my ASMR channel if you're interested in that. It's another episode, I guess you can say, of the creepy magazines that I've been doing for Halloween. I'm gonna get that up sometime today. But I'm gonna go feed my dog and crap and clean. I literally, like, you can't see it, but I have like a pile of laundry right there to put away. You know, all kinds of stuff, trying to stay busy. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for taking the time to watch this. And please check out my ASMR channel if you have ASMR. Fabrics of a Simple Life. I said fabrics? Fragments of a Simple Life ASMR. I'm fine. I just haven't had enough coffee, but I'm fine. I'll see you guys later. Bye.